Global.
So, nah, homie, we ain't not, and I don't advocate violence against the police. I don't advocate violence against white folks. I don't advocate violence, none whatsoever. But at some point, when do we say, homie, we can't wipe out each other? We wiping out each other, homie. And at this point, the only people who are dying are the children. We hadn't seen no old person funeral in a long time. We've been watching 14 to 15-year-old J-Dub, me and Bugatti baby mama, the other woman on Hewlin. We've been watching kids and women get killed. Kids and women get killed. Ain't nobody else, the old folks ain't dying of cancer. And the mothers who are left behind, the brothers who are left behind, they are left behind in pain. And then you got the other niggas across town making a rap about the mother's pain. You got the brothers and the sisters hearing and seeing the video about smoking my family and my family member dead. When did we become so disrespectful as a race, homie? When we start spitting and mothers they still mourning. You know why? Because niggas don't really care about their mamas. Niggas can't care about their grandmamas, homie, the way we behave. Because when I was doing it, I didn't care about my mama. I didn't care about my mama, homie, till it was time, till I went to court that next day for capital murder. And I walked in and I seen my homeboy crying. I told my other partner, man, look at that old bitch ass nigga over there crying. And then I saw my mama come through them court doors, homie. And I've been getting in trouble. But my mother had a look on her face, some pain on her face, homie. I can't even describe it to this day. The thought that my baby over there for capital murder, and mama and them know how bad they'll do it, nigga. You don't know, but your mama, she can't save you now. So, nigga, when my mama walked through that door and I saw that pain, nigga, I was a kid, and it, oh man, I cried, homie. I don't want to hurt my mama. These niggas out here will hurt you, they'll hurt me, they'll hurt their mama, they'll hurt their grandmama, they'll hurt their sister, they'll beat up their auntie, they'll shoot their daddy, nigga, they'll kill their uncle. And get down there with that white man in that cell, nigga, and tell that white man everything he needs to know so he can write on the board, closed case, we saw the case. They don't play tough with the white man. They don't get drugged out the courtroom hollering, fuck you, judge. No, they go down there, yes sir, y'all. No ma'am, y'all. They go down there, nigga, I caught an aggravated assault case. I was in the tank with all them killers. Man, them niggas in there cleaning up. They in there cleaning up for extra trays, homie. Volunteering to sweep and mop the floors. The killers either. Cause ain't nobody send them no commissary. So, where are we? How do we stop it? We can't. We gotta let them wipe each other out, y'all. Look at me, man. We can't undo what's done. So we gotta do like the devil do. We gotta focus on their children. We can't worry about the 14s, 15s, 16. We got to go 12 and down and start with the new generation. And then we got to examine some of the 12-year-olds like little Rodney and see what have he been exposed to. If he been exposed to too many things, then we got to put the 12-year-olds over there with the 14-year-olds. But we got to focus on 10 and down if we want to stop this. Because I remember when Go Yayo went into the schools, never before then did we see kids in videos with guns before Go Yayo. He the first young rapper to do that. NBA young boy, he the first right now.
Damn.
3 shootouts on Berry right now, man. 2 different bodies here.
Before we left though, you was talking about Fort Worth
and Go Yayo.
That he was like the first rapper.
He kind of pioneered
in Fort Worth.
Yeah, in Fort Worth. Yeah, you corrected me on that. Chief Keef,
Yeah. Chief Keef kind of popularized a bunch of niggas with the guns, you know what I'm saying, the videos. But you saying like as far as the city of Fort Worth, Go Yayo was the pioneer of that.
Yeah, Texas. You know, the kid rap had never been violent. He come with the my 40 go boom, and man, that video you know, for me, as an adult, and then, you know, understanding the life, understanding the young minds of children, how young and impressionable they are. I knew once those seeds were sown that it was going to be a wildfire. That's why I stepped out and said, hey man, he ain't got no business at the school levels. He really don't need to be at high schools, but most definitely middle schools. And when you go look at the videos, and you can go back and look at the Channel 8 News interview, I even said it, man, when you go look at his videos, man, it's guns. Then when you cut off his rap videos, at that time, he had a lot of fight videos. He was fighting like a motherfucker. And so just the violence that was being propagated through the music and through his real life antics, now we see the development of it today. Many of these young guys, the PMGs, the Little Rodneys, the J-Dubs, homie, they was elementary kids, and all of them, and every kid in this city was a Go Yayo fan, homie, at some point in time in their life. Whether they rapping today, all the old niggas, all the OG niggas, everybody in this city 6 years ago was a Go Yayo fan. He was the face of Fort Worth, Texas. He was it. And so now, fast forward till today, he's become the villain. When he used to be the go-to kid in this city. And so, man, I think the young guy, still has a lot of influence. And I think if he was to stop and cease, many of the, I think many shootings would stop and cease in this city.
What you mean if he would stop? To be honest, bro, I gotta disagree with you there. I don't think Go Yayo's the cause of what's going on right now.
I say the cause, but you can't deny the fact that many people have died around him. Many young people have died around him. A lot of violence surrounding him. So I'm not saying he's the cause of it, but as an elder, mid-aged elder in the community, I watched the seeds be sown through him. So he pioneered what we see today. He's not the cause of it, but you can't deny that he didn't pioneer. A lot of the street beef that's taken on between the rappers, it originated. It's the origins of Go Yayo. Whether they was friends at one point in time, whether a lot of people get into the rap industry and they want to take on him and develop a name for themselves by just attacking him.
Now, are we blaming him because he's or are you saying he's like the premise of this because of how big he actually was?
Yeah, I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying he became a star, and he's still a star. But he was a star with no guidance, and at some time he's a star that's misguided, right? So I don't blame him, but you can't not associate him with most of what's going on with the youngsters in the streets. I don't blame him, homie. He's still a early 20-year-old, something young adult. Brain development is still taking place. I don't think this is who he's gonna be 5-10 years from now. I think he outgrows this. I think he evolved at some point. But right now, he's the centerpiece to most of what we would say the violence that's taking place in the city between the rappers.
Okay. Now, shit, a little bit off camera, you was talking to me about Lil Rodney. You know what I'm saying? I met Lil Rodney a few times. I actually interviewed Lil Rodney, but I never put out the interview.
Can I ask you a question? Why not? What conviction did you have?
Man, he was doing a lot in the interview. Like I feel like it's a good interview because it gives you insight on like his life, and because I asked him like, who's telling you like, where's your parents? You know what I'm saying? Because I just see him going viral. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just like, bro, like what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like who's telling you shouldn't be doing this, or who's? And he basically break it down. You know what I'm saying? But he was smoking weed. The police pulled up while we were doing the interview. Like, I don't know what's going on. He telling me he on the run when the police pull up. So it was just like, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot going on in the interview. I really just ain't want to drop it. It's just not a good look. But shit. I know it's some other interviews, like my partner, he did an interview with him too, shout out to BTV, but he kind of made him stop smoking weed and, you know what I'm saying, no guns and nothing like that, but he was really just trying to talk to him about his music and what he's trying to do. But when you talk to him, it's like, damn, this is really a kid. Like, I really, after I interview, I had to look at myself like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Because he's a kid, you know?
Man, I'm glad they get to hear you say that. Somebody need to interview you at some point in time so we can get to know you. Cause what you just said, homie, you a good-natured nigga. You a good nigga, homie, to even have them convictions. To say, man, to even ask yourself, what am I doing? So we appreciate that from the community. You asked me, I'm trying to get involved. Not that I'm trying, I got involved with his case. We reached out to his judge. We got a response. Now
his judge is Judge Kim.
Yeah, I personally know Judge Kim.
Okay. Now, not to cut you off, but I ran into Judge Kim's YouTube channel where he had all the, you know what I'm saying, Judge Kim is responsible for majority of the young kids that is getting locked up in Fort Worth. He's sentencing them and he's holding them wherever he's holding them at. Like, do you feel like it's like, you know what I'm saying, like, is it, like, do you feel like Judge Kim is doing a good job at his job right now?
He's doing an excellent job with what he has to work with. We have no other alternatives, homie. To Kimbo Road, which is the Juvenile Detention Center, Scott Moore, Juvenile Detention Center. We have no other alternatives to the Texas Juvenile Justice Department. If you paid attention to Rodney's hearing, you heard Judge Kim. He been letting his kid out, homie. He been letting him out. And then he said, I don't believe a 11 and 12-year-old should be back there. Texas law says every 10 days a kid comes back before the judge for a hold hearing, and the courts are determined if the kid should still be held. Judge Alex Kim said, because I don't think 11 and 12-year-olds should be back there, little Rodney, we're going to see you every 5 days. He don't have to do that, homie. A lot of the kids that's coming before Judge Alex, they coming through with first-degree felonies, homie. They coming through with some bad motherfucking charges. So what other options does he have as a judge when he look at the child's record? The child's been in and out of CPS. You know, the child has no structure. The child has no discipline. And then no one's from the community saying, hey, we have another option. We have a boys' home over here. We have some. So we as a community have to help the judge in the juvenile system say, hey, man, all our kids can't go to TYC. There's a program in Phoenix that'll better fit Lil Rodney. And if we send Lil Rodney to Phoenix, we have community men like Pastor Rodney McIntosh. We have a gang unit officer that's been knowing Lil Rodney since the 2nd grade. We have myself. We have precinct chairman Jesse Taylor. We all volunteer, and other men like Carlton McAllister, we volunteer to go see Lil Rodney, create a male mentoring program while he's in the juvenile system. When he gets out, we right here in the court. So we partner with the court from a community standpoint. Now the judge has an option. But when the community don't come up, when the community don't have any alternatives to the juvenile system, then they don't have no choice but to lock them up, homie. And it ain't locking them up in no jail. They kind of like in a little kiddie juvenile detention center.
Do you feel like that detention center really helped these kids though?
Detention center, yes, because it's local, right? And shout out to Senator John Whitmire. For a long time, man, a Democratic Congressman, Senator Whitmire, man, he's been pushing for children to be kept home, which he calls it regionalization. So they want to regionalize the juvenile system and keep children closer to home because they'll get better care, right? The people that work there is from around here, so they have more invested into the child rather than sending them to Gainesville, to way up there by Oklahoma, to a different geographical area, sending them way down there past Waco to McLennan County, or sending them to Giddings, Texas, in Lee County, far, far away from home. So in the juvenile detention center, homie, they get a lot. But if they go to TJD, formerly known as TYC, it's just a breeding ground for young niggas to grow to be hardened prisoners. So you go to TYC, you go come out gangsta and hardened. If Lil Rodney go and he stay for 7 years, and I hate to say this on camera because it gives a black eye to our state juvenile system, but it's true and it's factual. 1 in every 6 children in the Texas Juvenile Justice Department is being raped. They gang raping each other now, homie. Them little niggas gang raping in TYC now. So it's almost worse than prison. So Lil Rodney ain't built for that. He too small to go in there at 12 years old, hollering about 8 gangs, 30 shot, savage blood, and it's a 16-year-old crip in there. Been in there lifting weights since he was 12. So I stepped in, man, reached out to the judge, and shout out to Judge Alex Kim. He don't seem compassionate, but he is, and he's fair. So that's what I know for sure.
For sure. Nah, shit. I ain't see it, so I really don't know what was said, but I was told like that you know what I'm saying, you kind of went off on Lil Rodney's mom. Like, what was that about?
Man, I was wrong for that. At the time, seeing that kid at 12 years old, just turning 12, seeing him under the pressure of having to respond and answer the judge, seeing how his representative or his advocate was more or less chastening him than helping him articulate, what's going on. Seeing his grandfather have very minimal words to say, but showing love at the same time. Man, where is mama at? And that wasn't my business to even get in, but being a youth advocate, being a working in juvenile justice, working and volunteering in the juvenile detention center, homie. I know the pain of these children when mom and dad is not there. I go to trial with kids like Lil Rodney. So I reached out to his mother, and it was delayed in her response to get back with me. Lil Rodney's going to court every 5 days, so we don't have a lot of time to work with. Me and my convictions, when I finally, encountered her, yeah, man, I got in my feelings. And that's something typically that I don't do, man. Went off on her. Me and her ended up meeting in person, exchanging some harsh words with each other. I came back the next day, sat with a close relative that's real cool with Lil Rodney's mom, and I got more details of Lil Rodney's situation, Lil Rodney's mother's situation, and from there, man, I was able to understand what we all need to understand when we ask where is his mom. So I got some insight that I won't share, but it caused me to feel bad for cussing out, and going off on her, because I didn't have that knowledge. We don't know what a mother go through, homie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for all us, and that go for me, y'all, for all us to put our mouths on his mother, not knowing his mother's situation, not knowing her pain, not knowing her failures and her disappointments as a mother. So she doing the best she can. I'm gonna say that.